Okay, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Hanan. I'm going to be the therapist, and Person will be the patient. And today we're going to be talking about 70 years old Asian Raymond who lost his wife 6 months ago. And he has a hard time dealing with the loss, and he has been feeling lonely, and he has increased his alcohol consumption. So, hi, Raymond. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm okay.
What's going on?
I just feel like I miss my wife and I feel like I'm just old and my life is over now.
Yeah,
Things
I'm sorry
hard.
about the loss. I heard that you lost your wife. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, and she was like my world, and now I feel like my world is gone.
And how long have you been married?
Oh, we got married when we were just kids, like 19. So we were married for over 40 years, 45 years.
Wow, I can definitely understand that must be very hard to lose your lifetime partner.
Yeah. And
What are you
now
doing with
I
that?
just feel like, I don't know, everything's hard and I'm feeling like unsteady when I'm walking around and dizzy. And I just feel like I'm getting older and older and that I would be better if, I don't know, I'm just feel
Oh,
like
you,
I'm
you
not
mentioned
that.
you're dizzy, and have you ever fall? Did you have any falls?
I've never fallen, but my neighbor, Jim, just had a really bad fall and his family had to put him in a nursing home. And so it makes me really nervous about walking around.
I can understand. And do you live alone, or do you have anybody you live with?
Well, no, I lived with my wife, but now I live alone.
You live alone. Do you have any children?
I do, but they're, living their own lives in another part of the country.
Okay. Is there any changes in your sleeping pattern or?
Yeah, I just find it really hard to fall asleep. Like I can't fall asleep really easily. I just lie in bed and think about how sad I am and how lonely I am. And so before my wife died, I had been sober for 20 years, but now that I'm having a hard time sleeping, I've been drinking every night to help me sleep.
Oh, so you're drinking. And you said that you have been sober for 20 years?
Hmm.
Okay. And drinking, and when did it start again? Is it right after your wife died or just?
Yeah, pretty much. I think I remember like I had a drink at the funeral, and then that night someone's like, hey, you should have some drinks just to help you go to bed. And it just became like a habit.
Okay. And you have mentioned that you have kids, right?
Hmm.
How many you said?
I have two kids.
And are they close to you? Are they involved with you?
No, not really.
Okay, so it seems like your kids are not very involved. Okay. Are they in the same state as you?
No, they live in a different part of the country. And my wife used to keep in touch with them a lot. And then she would tell me how they were doing. And that's how I would keep up to date. But I wasn't really the one that would like reach out to them. So I just haven't seen them since the funeral.
Okay. And do you have any friends, any neighbors, any?
I have some neighbors, like a couple folks that are the same age as me, live in my apartment building.
Okay.
But like we just say hi when we see each other, we don't really hang out together or anything, but yeah.
So you must be feeling very lonely after because you were doing a lot of things together with your wife.
Yeah.
So what were you doing? Like watching TV together or?
Yeah, we would go for a walk every morning in the park and sometimes in the evening, depending on how the weather was.
Okay.
And um, My wife was involved in our we have a community center here for like um, Asian American Association, and she
Good.
would get involved in some of the activities there. So we used to go to some like lunches every once in a while and stuff, but I haven't done that since she passed away.
Yeah, that will be a good idea to go back to it. That will help you to interact with other people and socialize with other people. But I understand your feeling. It's very hard, and but you know you're here, and that's because you really care about changing your life. I think that's why you're here.
Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like when I saw my doctor, I was kind of saying that I just felt like I was too old to be like doing things on my own. And he kept saying, I'm only 70 and I have so much more life. And so
Yeah,
I would don't know what to do.
I was gonna ask you about your day. Does anybody help you with like shower, with like cleaning the house, groceries?
So we have someone that comes and cleans like once every 2 weeks. Um, but I don't really need help with showering or anything like that. I have some back pain. I have like a stenosis situation with my back, but I got a steroid injection for it. So that helped a lot. Um, and I usually still just go to the little corner store and buy groceries um,
Mhm.
once a week or something like
And
that.
how is your appetite? Did it change?
Um, I mean, my wife did most of the cooking, and so now I can cook, but I just don't feel very motivated. So I've lost a little bit of weight.
Yeah. Okay. I want to go back to the alcohol that you've mentioned earlier, if you don't mind.
Okay.
So tell me more about that.
I just feel like, well, I've tried to sleep without drinking and I just can't fall asleep. I just lie in bed awake thinking about things. And so it started out like just having like a beer because I've been sober for a long time. So a beer like really affected me. But then after I got used to one beer, then it wouldn't help me go to sleep. So then I did 2 beers. So now I'm having like a 6 pack every night before I go to bed.
Yeah. And you mentioned that you were sober the first time for 20 years.
Mhm.
What helped you in uh, being sober? What helped you for the first time?
I went through AA, and so I've stopped going to meetings a long time ago, but that is what really helped me.
Okay. And I'm going to ask you some questions about your drinking, and I just want you to answer me truthfully. So,
Mhm.
have you ever feel you need to cut down on your drinking?
I mean, right now I don't feel like I need to cut down on my drinking.
Okay. And have you been annoyed by people criticizing your drinking?
Yes, like I think one time or once or twice the housekeeper came and there were a lot of empty beer cans around the house.
Hmm.
And she was just saying, you're too young, to be drinking all of this and that you didn't used to do this before. So she definitely noticed.
Okay. And have you ever felt guilty about drinking?
Yeah, I do feel guilty because it was really hard to stop drinking. And I feel like sad that I let myself slide back into drinking. Like I just don't know what else to do, but I do feel
Mhm.
bad about it.
And have you ever had a drink first thing in the morning to study your nerve or to get rid of a hangover?
No, I've never had to do that because once I have a 6 pack, I usually sleep all night and I wake up kind of a little bit foggy, but I haven't had to have a drink in the morning.
Okay. So you scored 2 out of 4, which
Mhm.
is kind of a high because that means that you're developing dependence on alcohol.
Mhm.
And that's concerning because of you said that you're feeling dizzy and the nurse took your blood pressure and you have orthostatic hypertension, which means that your blood pressure dropped from sitting position to standing position. And if
Okay.
it dropped, that makes you dizzy. And if you are
Oh,
dizzy, you can have a fall.
okay.
So, and you have a couple of medication according to the list here that can make you also dizzy.
Okay.
And with the score that you have, like 3 out of 4, I am a little bit concerned about your drinking. Are you willing to work things out? I mean, to start some intervention
You
are you
mean
willing to work
to
on
stop
your
drinking?
alcohol? Yes.
Yeah, I want to stop drinking because I know what happened last time. Like my life really just became a mess when I was drinking.
Okay.
And I worked so hard to stop drinking, and I just can't believe I'm back here again.
Okay. So I would like you to start, like you say, AA meeting that helped you the first time. There is also 12-step program. They have like subcategories of group within your group age. And I would like you to do like rehab therapy, inpatient therapy that would like, I would like you to attend for short term of time to kind of wean you off drinking and try to find other ways to deal with your emotion. For you is like losing your wife. So I would like to start you on short course of medication like Librium. It can detox you of the alcohol and stabilize you so you don't depend on alcohol. Would you be interested in something like that?
Would I have to stay in the hospital?
I mean, for detox, I would recommend to stay at the hospital because I want to keep an eye on you. I want to give you some, run some blood work. And also, I want you to attend to therapy in the hospital for just short 1 week.
I'm worried that if I go in the hospital, then they'll never let me leave.
Okay. So we can try other options, like if you are not interested, but this is, I mean, the best option for you for now. I mean, according to what you have, but I'm not going to force you. I want you to think maybe about it. And we can start like 12-step program and try to give you medication to, but you have to be responsible. You cannot drink at night time. And also because when you, we're gonna detox you from alcohol, you may experience some tremor. And I think you have experienced that before. And that's why I want you to give you some medication as well for the tremor, like volume, and that we cannot mix that with alcohol. That's very, very dangerous.
Okay.
So think about it, let me know. But the other option we can see, we can meet if you accept, we can meet throughout the process. We will meet once or twice a week. And also we'll see you after that, after you finish the therapy, I can see you like once a week and assign you also to a group of your age that you can talk about depression, you can talk about losing the loved one.
We're
Would
at
you be
15
interested
minutes.
in that? What's that?
We're at 15 minutes.
Okay.
Here, 1 second. Let me just stop this.
And also